What would you do if the very people who raised you threw you out like garbage the moment you turned 18? No money. No family. No future. That was me. But what my parents didn't know was that one day, they'd be living under my roof. Literally. And the look on their faces when they realized the house wasn't theirs anymore? That was the sweetest revenge of my life. I grew up in a home where love wasn't a word, it was a weapon. My parents didn't raise me, they tolerated me. Every mistake was magnified, every success was ignored. My childhood wasn't filled with bedtime stories or encouragement. It was filled with insults like, "You're useless. You'll never be anything. We should have never had you." Imagine being a kid, looking at the people who are supposed to protect you, and realizing they see you as nothing more than a burden. By the time I hit 18, I thought maybe things would change. Maybe they'd finally see me as an adult. Instead, they gave me the cruelest birthday present of all, a trash bag of my clothes on the front porch, and the words, "You're grown now. Get out." Just like that. I was homeless that I slept on friends' couches. Sometimes, in my car. I worked double shifts at a diner, then overnight in a warehouse just to survive. Every day was a fight against exhaustion, hunger, and the echo of my parents' voices in my head telling me I'd fail. But here's the thing about being broken down, you either stay broken, or you build yourself into something stronger. I chose the second option. I saved every dollar I could. I studied real estate in my spare time. While my parents sat in their comfortable house, mocking the idea that I'd ever make it, I was grinding in silence. Years passed. I built a career. I bought my first tiny apartment. Then another. Then a small rental property. One by one, I stacked bricks of my own future, built on the foundation of the pain they gave me. And then, karma decided to pay them a visit. My parents weren't as invincible as they thought. My dad lost his job after years of coasting and bullying coworkers. My mom, who always thought she was too good to work, found herself drowning in debt. The house, the same house they kicked me out of, was slipping away from them. But they had no idea that the person circling like a quiet shark in the housing market was me. That I still remember walking into that property auction. My heart pounded, not from fear, but from excitement. Their house was listed. The same walls that heard every insult, every slam of a door, every night I cried myself to sleep, were about to be mine. The bidding started. Strangers threw their numbers in. But I had been saving for this moment. Every late night. Every double shift. Every sacrifice. This was my payback. And when the auctioneer's hammer dropped, the words echoed like music. Sold. I bought my parents' house. The first time I pulled into that driveway again, it wasn't as a broken teenager. It was as the new owner. I didn't announce it right away. No, I let them stew. A month later, the eviction notice went out. I knew they'd panic, thinking a stranger was kicking them out. But when they came face to face with me in the living room, papers in hand, I'll never forget the color draining from their faces. My dad stammered, "You? You can't." I cut him off, calm and cold. "I own this house now. And you're trespassing." The silence that followed was heavier than years of their insults. They begged. My mom tried to cry, the same fake tears she used when manipulating me as a kid. My dad tried to roar, but his voice cracked with desperation. They had nowhere to go. But I remembered every night I had nowhere to go. Every cold morning in a car. Every cruel word that sliced deeper than a knife. So I told them the truth. "You made me feel like I didn't deserve a home. Now, this home isn't yours anymore. Pack your things." And I walked away. Watching them carry out boxes, the same way they threw mine out years ago, was the most cinematic, full-circle moment of my life. Neighbors whispered. Old friends from the neighborhood heard the story. The people who once thought my parents were so respectable finally saw them for what they really were, abusers brought down by their own cruelty. Did I forgive them? No. Forgiveness is earned, not demanded. Did I feel guilty? Not even for a second. Because revenge wasn't just about payback. It was about reclaiming the power they stole from me. And now, every time I step into that house, I don't hear their voices anymore. I hear mine. Stronger. Louder. Free. Because the truth is, sometimes the sweetest revenge isn't just success. It's making the people who broke you live with the reality that they can't break you anymore. So, what would you have done in my place? Would you have let them stay? Or would you have kicked them out the way they kicked me? Let me know in the comments, because trust me, this story is just the beginning. My parents weren't the only ones who underestimated me.